Good day, this is Dimitri Lascaris coming to you for Reason to Resist on August 26, 2025 from the International Airport in Larnaca, Cyprus. I just arrived. I will be here for the next several days. My purpose in coming here was to do a follow-up story on the massive influx of Israelis into the island nation and also further reporting on the activities of the British military at the colonial era British military base known as AKEL, which is about an hour's drive from where I am now. I will be staying tonight in Larnaca to try to examine or acquire information about the purchase of local businesses by Israeli interests. And then we'll be heading, or at least plan for the moment, to be heading to Limassol and AKEL tomorrow. Behind me, you can see the arrivals board. Within the last 55 minutes alone, 4 flights have arrived from Tel Aviv, from Israel. One of the places I'm going to be visiting, which is a couple hours drive from here, and it's in the western part of the island. This is the eastern part, the southeastern part of the island. It's called Paphos. There is a large Israeli presence there and also a commercial airport. And that airport too receives many arrivals from Israel. So you can just imagine the extent of the visitor traffic from Israel when you have 4 arrivals within 55 minutes from Tel Aviv. So stay tuned, folks. I'll have a lot more to report in the days ahead. For now, I'm signing off from Larnaca Airport. Good day, this is Dimitri Lascaris coming to you from central Larnaca in Cyprus on August 27, 2025. I arrived yesterday late in the afternoon from Athens and quickly reported from the airport, and this morning I set out on a journey to examine as closely as I can the extent of investment by Israelis and also immigration to Cyprus by Israelis in the island nation. And my first stop is the Leonardo Boutique Hotel in central Larnaca, which is behind me. This hotel is owned, this whole chain actually, the Leonardo chain, which has numerous hotels in Cyprus and outside of Cyprus, particularly in the Mediterranean region, is owned by the Fatal Group, which is, I understand, Israel's largest hotel chain. It was founded by an Israeli billionaire, David Fatal, in 1998. He is reputed by Forbes to have a net worth of 1.6 billion US dollars. The hotel chain, Fatal Group, recently announced a major expansion in Cyprus, so that number of 9 hotels is presumably going to increase. It acquired in the process of, in the course of engaging in that expansion, a 5-star hotel in Limassol, which I think is called the Dream something, but in any event, they tend to be upscale and oftentimes luxurious hotels in this chain. I'm going to be going from here to the Shabad in central Larnaca. I don't know, I've seen reports that even getting close to it can be a dicey proposition, but I'm going to walk by and see what I can see. And then I will be heading out into the suburbs of Larnaca to explore other major investments by wealthy Israelis in Cyprus. So I've now moved on from downtown Larnaca, and before I head over to Limassol to the west of here on the coast of Cyprus, the southern coast, I stopped at the site of a major new real estate development which goes by the name of Horizon Towers. I'm currently standing in the Levadia district on what used to be, I understand, an oil storage facility. And behind me, you can see the site where they have just broken ground very recently. The developer of this company is reported to be a Cypriot corporation by the name of Shajwari Leibovich Karekla Developments Limited. Its directors include Ariel Leibovich, Rabbi Shajwari, and Marios Karekla. Leibovich and Shajwari are Israelis. They own an Israeli real estate development company called Shwari or Shwajadi, sorry for the mispronunciation, Leibovich Group, which is based in Tel Aviv. And Marios Karekla appears to be a Cypriot. He's chairman of the Cypriot construction company Dex Tech Constructions, and he describes himself as having been, quote, born in a contractors and developers family, close quote. So although there's very little information about his wealth, I suspect that means that he was born into some money. I'll come back to that in a moment. Now, construction of the project is being handled by two companies. One of them is Karekla's company Dex Tech. The other is a company called SL Investment. And on the website of the Horizon Towers Development, SL Investment describes itself as, quote, a distinguished company specializing in the construction of residential businesses, mixed-use complexes, and hospitality projects in Israel, close quote. There's not much publicly available information about Leibovich and Shajwadi. Shajwadi's LinkedIn profile simply states that his company is based in Tel Aviv and that he was educated at Champlain College. There is a LinkedIn profile for an Israeli by the name of AKEL Leibovich, but the profile of that individual does not disclose any connection to the Shwadi Leibovich company. The AKEL Leibovich to whom that LinkedIn profile belongs describes himself as a systems engineer who worked for 8 years at the murderous Israeli drone manufacturer Elbit Systems. But again, I can't tell you with any confidence whether this is the same AKEL Leibovich who is a director of the company that is developing this massive project behind me. According to the website for Horizon Towers, the finished complex will consist of 6 high-rise buildings, each 15 to 20 stories high, which is quite unusual for the architecture here in Larnaca. As I indicated, it will be 400 meters from the sea. It will encompass more than 500 apartments, multiple swimming pools, a modern gym, and gourmet restaurants. Shagre Leibovitz Group is spearheading another major development in Cyprus. That is the Israeli company that is partnering with Karekla to develop this project. And that other major development in Larnaca is called Lumina Mare, and it too will be located on the sea in the port area of Larnaca. Lumina Mare, reports say, will be a 19-story luxury tower that is expected to include 54 residential and tourist units, all with large balconies facing the sea, a commercial floor, a dedicated lounge for residents, and a rooftop pool. The cost of the project is estimated at approximately 40 million euros. Shagre Leibovitz Group will be joined in that development, the development of Lumina Mare, by another Israeli company, Kishri Tufa Group. According to the Jerusalem Post, these two companies have formed, quote, a new entrepreneurial partnership that will focus on real estate and tourism projects on the island of Cyprus. So before I depart and move on from this particular site, let's just go inside the project here and see what we can see. For the moment, there's nothing going on here, but it does appear by the mountains of gravel and the flattened earth that they have broken ground on the project. This is where the 6 towers will go. And, I just want to say that this character, Marios Karekla, if indeed he was born into money and doesn't have a need, to partner up with ne'er-do-wells, wealthy Israelis who undoubtedly have profited in some way from the theft of Palestinian land and resources, especially Israelis in the real estate sector. I mean, come on, Mr. Karekla. Do you really need to make money that way? Especially when there is a mountain of evidence that Zionists have mounted a creeping takeover of your country. It's quite shameful, actually. In any case, I will now move on to another Israeli-owned real estate development in the Larnaca area. As far as I know, they've actually completed the construction of some units there, but we shall see, and I'll report back to you when I get there. So I've now moved on from the Horizon Towers project site. I've driven about 5 minutes away from there. I'm still in the Lavadia area in eastern Larnaca, and I'm now standing in front of another property development involving an Israeli investor, and this one is called Aqua Residences. The particular project behind me is going to consist of 2 separate blocks of 20 luxurious apartments That's what the website says. This developer is a Cypriot corporation by the name of Infinity Properties. At least I think the direct owner is a Cypriot corporation, but it looks like Infinity Properties is actually a larger operation which is directed out of the United Kingdom. And although I don't know the identities of all the investors in Infinity Properties, or at least this particular project, Infinity Properties certainly is one of them, local media report that there is an Israeli investor participating in the Aqua Residences project. For the time being, I've not been able to ascertain the identity of that Israeli investor. Now, the managing partner of this firm, Infinity Properties, Madouan Beshara, appears to hail from the United Kingdom and has apparently quite a bit of experience in the real estate industry. Earlier in August, a local media outlet, Anisad Media, reported as follows. So from the following article, I think you'll get a sense of just how expansive the Israeli investment in the real estate sector here in Cyprus. I've only given you so far a very limited glimpse at that at the scope of that investment. So here's what Anisad Media had to say. For years, Latanica had a reputation as Cyprus's laid-back coastal neighbor, a place of leisurely rhythms, low-rise buildings, and modest tourism. But that image is rapidly changing. From Levadia to Pila, cranes now dot the horizon. Glass towers are rising, and construction buzz blends with the sound of waves. And I can confirm that based on what I've seen, that is an accurate assessment of what's happening here. And Anisad Media continues. At the center of this shift, they say, is a new driving force, Israeli capital. Over the past 4 years, developers, investment funds, and private buyers from Israel have arrived in force, accelerating Latinika's transformation from a quiet port city into a modern high-rise investment hotspot. Between 2021 and early 2025, Israeli investors purchased nearly 4,000 properties across southern Cyprus, with Latanica, Limassol, and Paphos among the top destinations. Analysts estimate that 12,000 to 15,000 Israelis now have a residential presence on the island, many holding EU passports and viewing property here as both an investment and a lifestyle asset, close quote. Now, Anisad also provided a breakdown of where those 4,000 plus units have been purchased by Israeli investors. In first place was Latanica, with 1,406 units. Limassol, Paphos was next with 1,291 units, and Limassol brought up the rear with 1,154 units. And that's, in fact, where I'm heading next. I'm going to get on the road and drive along the southern coast in a westerly direction towards Limassol. And once there, I will continue to investigate the activities of Israeli investors on the southern coast of Cyprus. Along the way, I plan to stop along the way to Limassol at another major real estate development involving Israeli investors. So I'll talk to you shortly.